Rise.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get those jackets ready for the bus stop this morning. Bundle those kids up, right?
Yeah, it is cold out there, Gary. We are in the 30s across the area. Let's take a look at those temperatures all across central New York and pretty much every spot here locally. At least in the 30s at some point, 20s heading up into the higher elevations of the Adirondacks. But either way, it is a cooler morning out there, quiet, taking a live look at downtown Utica with clear skies across the region. Now, I just mentioned, though, the radar looks like there's snow taking place. But if we zoom out a little bit, we can actually see what's going on. So we have all this movement on the radar moving south. This is actually a massive bird migration taking place. Now, it does get detected on the radar scans when there's a low-level inversion in the atmosphere, but the temperatures in the atmosphere are cold enough to where it's interpreting it as snowbirds. So we have some snowbirds taking place in the Mohawk Valley this morning. So heading outside, first time in quite a while, I recommend grabbing that sweater, long sleeve shirt, hoodie, you name it, anything to keep yourself warm today with temperatures peaking in the low to mid 50s. Going to be a cool and breezy one out there today. We're going to talk about what we can expect tomorrow and the latest on that rainfall chance this Columbus Day weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. So, Oneida County Executive Anthony.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sunrise. Time now is 5:11, going on 5:12 this morning, and it starts out on the chilly side. Temperatures in the 30s, dry conditions this morning, but a heads up, you might have to scrape some frost off your windshield this morning. It's not a heavy frost. Quick scrapes, all you really need to do, but still, just make sure you budget a little bit extra time this morning to go out early before you head out to work and do a quick scrape on the windshield. Traffic tracker showing green conditions across the board. No accidents to report, thankfully, this morning. Things are looking quiet from out near Syracuse to as far east as Albany. Now, today's start, frosty, dry, temperatures in the 30s. This afternoon, no big warm-up. We're only going to be peaking in the 50s, so we have a cool afternoon and a overall cooler pattern heading into the weekend. We will warm up a little bit, but not a whole lot. Plus, heading into the weekend, there's a chance of rainfall, new rain chances that have fired up in the last couple of days. We'll track that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Thanks, Dolly Parton, while filming commercials.
Omni, we've got your back.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Today we begin on the cold side, frosty side, with temperatures in the 30s. We take a look outside, downtown Utica, quiet morning out there. And we progress throughout the day today with temperatures not really warming up all too much. High pressure in place here today, giving us plenty of sunshine this afternoon. And those temperatures this morning, again, very chilly. 30 in Long Lake, 37 Little Falls, and in Deansboro, heading south, 34 in Sherburne, 37 Norwich, and in Cooperstown, and 36 degrees in Oneonta. First time in quite a while this year, we have a flannel alert in effect. Today's high temperatures only in the 50s, so just watch out for sudden flannel appearing across the region today. Personally, I think it's a great day to wear some flannel, but again, it's all dependent on whether you think it's truly that season just yet. Either way, it's going to be a cool one. Temperatures peaking only in the mid-50s with some decent wind speeds today around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That feels like temperature will feel like the low 50s. So just make sure you bundle up heading outside today. I want to focus more on what's happening this weekend because an interesting setup has fired up in some of the data we've been looking at over the past couple of days. What was once just a quick dip in the jet stream has turned into a closed low pressure system passing close to central New York heading into the weekend. This has been a sudden pop-up. And when it comes to rainfall chances, this might combine with a coastal low pressure out here, and there could be some rainfall moving in, especially in the areas just west of central New York. We are cutting it very close for rainfall this weekend. In fact, we zoom in here in our Skycast. Today it's dry, it's sunny. Tonight, looking frosty and cold again. Tomorrow, we warm back up again into the 50s and 60s. Overall, pretty pleasant day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, lows in the 40s. Saturday starts out dry, but again, we're going to be cutting it close to that rainfall. See how it's trying to form right out west? So we're going to watch for rain this weekend. It's not a guarantee, but I'm not ruling it out. I don't want to say it's going to be sunny all weekend long and you can be surprised by rain showers. So we'll keep you posted. We're going to have more data coming in this afternoon and tonight. So stay tuned throughout the day today for updated forecasts. Either way, it remains on the cooler side heading into next week. We'll be right back.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor. Get ready to head over to the closet. Get those coats out for your kids this morning. Eric, it is downright cold.
Yeah, dust off the jacket. Probably haven't worn them in quite a while. Definitely need them today, though. Temperatures this morning starting out in the 30s. We begin at 36 degrees in Rome, 37 Johnstown, 36 Hamilton, and heading up toward the Adirondacks, 27 in Saranac Lake. Besides the cold start, it is a dry start out there. A live look at downtown Utica, clear skies across the board. Despite that, the radar looks like it's snowing out, but there's actually a huge bird migration taking place. We actually zoom out a little bit, we can actually see the movement heading in from the northeast. And because these birds are flying in the air and there's an inversion taking place, the radar is actually picking up on the birds flying south. It's also cold enough, though, where the radar is also thinking that these birds are snow. So we've got snowbirds falling, or at least passing through central New York early today. So what are you wearing heading out the door? Well, I do recommend a long sleeve sweater, sweatshirt, coat, you name it. Just bundle up today, because despite us being in the 30s this morning, we only climb into the 50s this afternoon. So that cool air still remains in place. Now, we are tracking another cool overnight tonight, and then following that, the potential for some rain to move in this weekend. We're cutting it close. We're going to have the latest details on two separate systems impacting our weather this weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Israeli hostages may soon.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Thursday. Our photo of the day today was mixed in with a bunch of fall foliage. We did some flower photos, but this one stuck out to me because in the comment of this photo here was the fact that these were a couple bees that were sleeping in this flower here. Now, it looks to be it's not loading up here in a second. Give me one moment here. I know the reason for that. But this photo that was submitted to us was sent in Litchfield. So here we go, loading up here. Apologies for this. So this is the photo here sent in to us from Litchfield. There it is. And this is, again, an adorable shot here of bees sleeping in a flower. No name submitted with this one, but you have a photo of this you'd like to share with us. Send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Hope you enjoy this adorable photo right here this morning. So again, today it starts out very frosty, very cool. This afternoon, still remaining on the cool side. We're going to look at what we're expecting temperature-wise for the remainder of the week and those rainfall chances this Columbus Day weekend coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It's an issue that's becoming
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
It's a chilly, in fact, downright cold start to the day today with clear skies. A live look at downtown Utica. We have a dry morning out there. No early morning rain showers like yesterday. But either way, we take a look at the temperatures coming up in a minute. First, though, radar and satellite showing plenty of clear skies across the region. That cold front well out to sea at this point. And we're seeing that north wind throughout the area today, ushering in these temperatures at 30 in Otter Lake, 32 Inlet, 37 Little Falls, 33 in Westmoreland. Heading south, 36 in Hamilton and in Cooperstown, and 34 crisp degrees in Oneonta. With the cool weather expected today, there's a flannel alert in effect. Watch out for some sudden flannel popping up throughout the area. Again, it's a great day to wear it with the temperatures peaking only in the 50s this afternoon. So it's a cold start and a cool afternoon. Wind speeds between 5 and 10 miles an hour from the northwest, and that's going to bring those feels-like temperatures to around 51, 52 degrees. So today's temperatures on the cool side, definitely recommend bundling up with at least an extra layer heading out to work today. High pressure is in place this afternoon and for tomorrow, bringing plenty of sunshine. I want to focus on what's going on right here, though. This is a low pressure system that has spawned and basically detached from this upper level low we were tracking, this trough moving in. And this is, again, has been created in the matter of a couple of days. And this, it might change our forecast this weekend. There's also a coastal low right here moving up the east coast. And these might interact with each other, combine. And there's some uncertainty as to when they combine and exactly how much rain might fire up as they begin to combine south and west of central New York. So stay tuned for updates on that, as still that forecast is still up in the air. Today's highs are in the 50s. Tonight it's frosty. Lows back into the 30s again. Bring your sensitive plants indoors. In fact, I wouldn't even bring them outside today if you left them inside. And then tomorrow, warm up in the low to mid 60s. So it's a slightly warmer afternoon tomorrow. Still plenty of sun. Clouds roll their way in overnight. Saturday morning starts out dry and sunny. As we progress throughout the afternoon, there could be some clouds rolling in, and we're cutting it close for rainfall. And we're going to wait until we get more data coming in this afternoon and this evening when it comes to the rainfall potential this weekend. So still, we're just watching for rain. I know our icons here show dry weather, but this might change. The heads up for that. Then as we head into Columbus Day, still some lingering rain showers from that low pressure. It does dry up by the middle of next week, but those temperatures remaining seasonably cool in the low 60s for the next 5 to 7 days. We'll be right back.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here this morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, was it chilly walking into the station this morning.
Yeah, I had to grab my thicker jacket to head in today. It was cold. And definitely those kids at the bus stop, make sure they're bundled up as they head out to school. Let's take a look at the conditions out there this morning. First off, a look at those temperatures. We begin very chilly in the 30s for pretty much all of central New York. 35 Rome, 34 Hamilton, 36 Johnstown, 28 crisp degrees up in Watertown early today. But despite that, it's clear out there. Live look at downtown Utica, dry morning. Despite that, the radar is picking up what appears to be snow. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of this white here in quite a while. We zoom out a little bit. It's actually not snow. If you see the general trend, a lot of this is moving to the south. This is a massive bird migration. The radar scans, due to a low-level inversion, are actually tipping more toward the surface, picking up on all these birds here. And on top of that, because the air is so cold, it thinks it's snowfall too. So these are some snowbirds flying south, and that's, I guess, a weird way of figuring out where the name snowbird comes from. Obviously, you know, it's a different name, but either way, the radar picking up on snowbirds here across the Mohawk Valley. Heading out to work today, definitely recommend grabbing that sweater, flannel, long sleeve shirt, or even a sweater. We were in the 30s this morning, only in the 50s this afternoon, but of course keep those sunglasses handy. We'll have plenty of sun. We'll talk about rain chances and frost chances heading into the next couple of days in that full forecast in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Oneida County Executive Anthony.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now 6:11 early today, and we start out very cold in the 30s, frosty in a lot of spots, but dry. As we take a look at roadways here across central New York, going from, say, New Hartford to Boonville down into, say, Herkimer and even Bridgewater. But again, today you might encounter some of that frost. Budget, maybe a little extra time. A quick scrape is all you really need. The frost isn't that heavy. But still, it is present, so just budget that into your morning time frame heading out to work. Still, though, we take a look at the traffic tracker. There's plenty of green, no accidents to report early today. And as you head throughout the morning, temperature is slowly climbing from the low to mid 30s up into the 40s and only low to mid 50s this afternoon. It's going to be a cooler, breezier, fall-like day today. And will we see any more heat warm-ups or any more rainfall in the short-term forecast? We'll talk about those chances heading into the weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Dolly Parton, while filming commercials.
Omni, cutting-edge surgery without the cutting.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Thursday, today we start out frosty and chilly out there. We take a look outside in downtown Utica. Crystal clear skies out there early this morning. And this is all driven in by high pressure across the Northeast. Nearly wall-to-wall sunshine expected today. There's actually even some snow showers reported out near Quebec. Up north. So interesting sight there with how cold it is here across the region this morning. Local temperatures across the area: 29 Otter Lake, 35 Dolgeville, 33 Westmoreland. Heading to the south, 33 Sherburne, 37 in Norwich, 34 Oneonta, and 36 in Cooperstown. I'll share our Skywatcher temperatures coming up in our next half hour. Still, though, it's cold enough to break out that flannel. There's a flanneler in effect, so you might see a little bit more flannel popping up here and there across the area today. You might see a few more people wearing it. Personally, it's a great day for it. Temperatures only in the 50s with a decent breeze. In fact, that breeze, as you can see here, temperatures on paper in the low 50s. Wind speeds 5 to 10 miles an hour, so that feels like temperature will feel like the low 50s. So it's going to be a cool one. Definitely dress accordingly today. So high pressure is dragging that very cool Canadian air over us today. That cold air pocket exits out to sea, warming up a little bit this weekend. But I want to focus on this area of low pressure here. This is something that's very interesting. This is a low pressure that dislodged from the dip in the jet stream here. So it's a separate system, a closed low, and it is firing its way toward New York State. Now there's another low pressure, a coastal low out here, and we are just cutting it close for rainfall. The rainiest scenario is that these two combine here and they produce rainfall, especially in the western portions of New York State, cutting it close for central New York. Still, we're going to wait for more high-resolution data to come in tonight and this afternoon on what's going to be expected this weekend. Still, though, it's up in the air, and that's interesting being only a few days out due to the complexity of these two systems interacting. Today, though, it's sunny, it's dry. There's no complexity in the forecast today. Tonight, same story, no complexity. It's going to be frosty. Overnight lows in the 30s and 20s. Tomorrow, sunny, dry. Tomorrow night's dry as well. And then Saturday starts out with sunshine, and then that forecast gets a little uncertain as we head into the afternoon. So we're watching for rain this weekend. For now, we're leaving it out of the forecast, but just stay tuned for any updates on that. Either way, temperature-wise, it remains in the low 60s beyond the weekend and next week. So seasonably warm or seasonably cool. I guess just seasonable as we head into early to mid-October, Gary. So here we are back to more typical early October temperatures.
Yeah, enjoy the sunshine, right?
Yes, lots of sun today.
Eric, thanks. There has been a lot of talk about the everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore. If you're getting ready to get those kids ready to head out the door to the bus stop. Well, Eric, bundle them up, right?
Yeah, temperatures starting out today in the 30s with a frosty morning out there. So yeah, it's a bit cold. Gary, let's take a look at those temperatures in a lot more detail here. 35 degrees in Rome, 34 in Hamilton, 28 Watertown, 35 in Johnstown, and 26 up in Saranac Lake. So a lot of spots early today waking up in the 30s. Downtown Utica, crystal clear skies as that morning twilight slowly moves over the horizon. Again, sunrise will be a little after 7 a.m. early today. Now the radar quieting down after what looked like there was widespread snow, but we zoom out a little bit and we can see what's going on the radar here. We have these, if you watch, the movement is pushing toward the south, indicative of birds migrating south. Lots of birds. And how cold it is, the radar is thinking that these birds are snowflakes. So you can see here how this looks almost like snowbirds flying south. Either way, it is dry, just the method of the radar that would detect some of these birds here. When you head out to work today, I would recommend grabbing long sleeve shirts, light jackets, a sweater, anything to keep yourself warm, as today's highs are going to be only in the 50s. We're going to talk about how much we're going to see in terms of any rain this weekend, if any more frost is on the way, and how warm we get for the next week or so in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Israeli hostages being held.
It's your last chance to get your Children's Miracle Drawing ticket in person, Thursday, October 9th at Shenatree's Market from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. They'll be on site accepting cash, check, or credit card. There's less than 300 left, so hurry and get your Children's Miracle Drawing ticket before they're gone.
Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Our photo of the day today is a great photo in one of our many submissions here that stood out to me due to the description of it, which was kind of adorable here. So this was a photo sent in to us of several bees just resting in a flower. Adorable photo like this right here, sent in Litchfield anonymously. If you took this photo and you wish to receive credit, be sure to email me, let me know. And again, amazing photo right here, a beautiful flower too. Any photos like that you would like to wish to send to us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today, it's a dry start. Temperatures are in the 30s this morning. As we progress throughout the week, we're going to see temperatures climbing into the 60s on Friday. Still with plenty of sun. The weekend, so far looking mostly dry, but we're going to be focusing on a rain chance from two separate systems. We'll explain what that is coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Former FBI Director
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Plenty of clear skies across the area early today and a frosty start for a lot of us. You take a look at downtown Utica. As you can see here, we got crystal clear skies all across the region. The morning twilight currently creating a beautiful scene out in the eastern sky. The radar and satellite showing quiet weather all across the northeast. The exception just outside of Quebec, where there's actually some light snow starting to fall up there. Our sky watchers checking in across the region. We begin with Mike in New Hartford, 37 degrees. Bob in Clinton, 32. Todd in Westdale, 31 degrees. Sean in Inlet, 29. Same with Bill in Old Forge at 29 degrees. Heading south, still a bit frosty out there. Pat in Skenevis with 30 degrees. Stewart in Cooperstown with 34. And Scott in Edmiston checking in with 33 chilly degrees early today. And it's not warming up all that much this afternoon. We have a flannel alert in effect. You might see a lot of flannel being worn today, and it's more than justified. Today's temperatures peaking only in the low to mid 50s, and that's just on paper. Wind speeds will be around 5 to 10 miles an hour, so those feels like temperatures will be down into the low 50s. So it's a cool one today. Make sure you have the proper coats to wear, otherwise it might be a little bit chilly. So we look at the bigger picture here. That high pressure is dragging that cold north wind into our area. That cold pocket of air will exit outside of the northeast, and we'll see a slight warm up. But I want to focus more on what's going on right here. And a separate area of low pressure dislodged from a dip in the jet stream. This just showed up in our data literally within the last 24 to 36 hours. So this has drastically changed our potential forecast for this weekend. Now, instead of seeing wall-to-wall sunshine, we're on the doorstep of rainfall. And the uncertain part is when we have a coastal low down here. Watch as these two interact. You could see some rain start to fire up in between them. And this is about as far out as our data goes. So we're going to wait a little more this afternoon or even this evening, potentially into early tomorrow, if we have a more updated look at this weekend's forecast. But what's not uncertain is today's temperatures. North wind temperatures in the 50s. Tonight, it's going to be frosty. Overnight lows in the 30s and 20s. Tomorrow, slightly warmer with lots of sun. Highs in the 60s. Tomorrow night, still looking quiet. Saturday morning, starting out dry. Again, we're watching for rain, though, especially as we head into Saturday evening and into Sunday and Monday. So stay tuned for that. Either way, those temperatures remaining on the cooler side for the rest of the weekend into the start of next week. Low 60s, so seasonable this time of year. Not too hot, not too cold. We're back to more October-like weather here in central New York. So for now, again, plenty of sun today and tomorrow. Watching for rainfall heading into the weekend. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Consumers aren't feeling great. Joining us now, and Eric, after a very chilly morning, somewhat of a warm-up. We just hit 50, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I can't wait to throw out the confetti now. We hit 50 degrees, and today's temperature is really not warming up too much beyond that. Around the northeast, those warmer temperatures are down toward Philadelphia and in New York City, but even then, we're talking low 60s, upper 50s. Let's zoom into the temperatures here locally. We're at 50 in Rome, 48 Johnstown, 45 Hamilton, 43 degrees up in the Adirondacks. Zooming in even further here, we have 43 Lake Pleasant, 48 Whitesboro, 46 Lowville, 55 in Little Falls, 47 Fort Plain, 45 Cooperstown, and 48 in Unadilla. So those are some cold temperatures today. We are treated, though, to plenty of sunshine out there. A live look outside in Utica. Radar also looking dry this morning as we enter our next dry stretch of weather lingering through the end of the work week. So again, it's sunny this afternoon. It's frosty tonight. Lows fall back down into the 30s and in some spots 20s. We'll talk about those frost chances again, as well as the latest trends in that rainfall heading into the weekend coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Israel and Hamas have...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it was a frosty start today. Temperatures cold in the 30s and 20s. Outside right now, temperatures in the 40s. We haven't really warmed up too much. It's feeling like a very crisp fall day out there today. Still plenty of sunshine, though. 50 degrees in Griffiths in Rome. Still a decent breeze, so that feels like temperature barely reaching the low 50s this afternoon. This is all driven in by an area of high pressure, bringing lots of sunshine, and of course that north wind supplying us with that cool, refreshing, but at this point, I would just say more on the chilly side in terms of air. Still, though, it's cold enough for a flannel today, so you might see a bit more of this pattern on people walking by you on the street or in the stores here. So still, it's entering flannel season with these cooler temperatures. And you can see here, the highs today barely reaching the mid-50s. The feels like temperatures even cooler in the low 50s due to that decent 5 to 10 mile per hour wind we're expecting throughout the entire day today. So we look ahead to this weekend, and I do have some updates on this rainfall chance. Now you can see here there's lots of high pressure. What do I mean by rainfall chance? Well, you can see that cold air exiting out east, high pressure bringing lots of sun for your Friday, but there's a dip in the jet stream here, a low pressure that gets dislodged, and it starts spiraling south. And this might combine with a second low, which is a low pressure down here, a rainy nor'easter. And if they combine, watch what happens. It'll surge a lot of moisture along a very narrow line where there's convection taking place. So, what are we looking at in terms of rainfall this weekend? The latest, newest high-resolution models that just came in this afternoon have a lot of that low-pressure system staying farther to the west. These are new models. I can't tell you how good they are in terms of reliability. The older models we usually use don't go out that far. So I'll keep you posted on what's going on in terms of rainfall as early as tomorrow morning with the latest on this rainfall trend. And of course, our in-house model right here will have it as we head into tomorrow morning as well. Still, though, today's highs in the 50s, a frosty overnight tonight. It's a sunny day tomorrow, warming up into the 50s, eventually low 60s in the afternoon. Then tomorrow night, it's dry, sunny. Tomorrow night's overnight lows only in the 40s. It won't be nearly as cold as we get that south wind, a fresh supply of it moving in. Now, Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, that's where the forecast gets a little uncertain. So, as you can see here, our in-house model brings in clouds, maybe a stray shower out west, but again, we're going to focus more on the next couple of days, and we're going to watch for rain moving in this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Following this weekend, temperatures remaining pretty seasonable in the low 60s for much of next week, so based off of typical October standards here, I mean, we're looking at temperatures at this time of year hovering around 60 and 55 on average. So this is not a warm up or a cool down. It's feeling more like what we usually see in October, Gary. So here we are.
Yeah, we've had a nice run, though.
Been pretty beautiful.
Eric, thanks. With only 120. NBC's Richard Engel reporting. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, nice and sunny, but cooler today.
Yeah, the sun is shining right now. A live view of Oneonta. But you can see, I mean, just look at the vibrant colors down there. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as vibrant as a few years ago, but we're really starting to see some of those colors pop out, mixed in with gray. That's been pretty much the story of fall so far this year. So, again, temperatures across the area in the 50s here locally. It's a little warmer near the coast, but at least in upstate New York, we're seeing more of 50s and 40s. Let's zoom in here. We take a look at some of those temperatures in the North Country. 45 in Long Lake and in Inlet, 49 Dolgeville, 54 the warm spot in Little Falls. Heading south, 45 in Cherry Valley and in Oneonta, and 43 up there in Richfield Springs. Radar looking dry as we are entering our next dry stretch of weather, lingering through today and for pretty much all of tomorrow. Lots of sunshine today gives way to clear skies and frost tonight. Overnight lows bottoming out in the 30s and 20s. So make sure you close your windows tonight to keep your apartments or houses warm, or maybe if you want the refreshing air, leave them open. But either way, bring your sensitive plants indoors. It's going to be frosty again. We're going to talk about any more frost potential later on this week, as well as the latest updates on that rainfall chance this weekend in a couple of minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new this noon, 3 people.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of sunshine this noontime following a pretty chilly morning. Frost in a lot of areas. In fact, Rome hit its first 32-degree temperature of the year, below freezing at 31 overnight. So officially in the Rome area, the growing season is now over with. Now, it usually ends in the middle of the month, 13th to 15th, so we're not too far off that. It's a pretty typical first frost of the year in the lower elevations. Currently, it's 50 and sunny at Rome right now, so we have gained a couple of degrees, about 20. And still we have a northwest wind of 10 miles an hour, so that's going to produce those cooler temperatures today. High pressure, of course, driving in that cool Canadian air across the region. Lots of sunshine to deal with today, but again, still being on the cold side, you might encounter some flannel out there. We have a flannel watch in effect with how cool it is. It might be actually the start of flannel season. It's been such a warm September and early October. You might not have seen it too far or too much just yet. But again, we're going to start to see more of days like this looking ahead to the end of the week and beyond. Today's highs only in the mid-50s. Those wind speeds are going to be pretty strong here, or at least between 5 and 10 miles per hour. So not very strong, but noticeable. And those feels like temperatures due to that wind will be down into the low 50s. So we look ahead to this weekend, and we're still closely watching this system here that's moving in from the northwest. So there's a dip in the jet stream that would fire up a few rain showers, but this will dislodge an area of low pressure moving its way down south. Now, normally this would kind of fizzle out and push its way out west, but we have a coastal low pressure here coming in. And these are very complicated forecasts due to the fact you've got two separate low pressures interacting with each other, and there's an energy transfer taking place. So watch what happens with our in-house model here. It surges rain quickly into the Finger Lakes area right on our doorstep, and this might linger into the early morning hours Sunday with potentially some rain showers pushing their way north from this nor'easter. But the latest data from the newest high-resolution models just came in early this afternoon, have that rainfall staying out west, but I can't verify how reliable those models are. They are just within the last year created, so I'm going to wait for more reliable ones to come in tonight and tomorrow to see how things shape up this weekend. Still, though, it's sunny today. It's frosty tonight. Lows back down into the 30s and 20s. Back into the 60s tomorrow afternoon with lots of sunshine. And then as we head into Saturday morning, still looking sunny and dry. And then, of course, that forecast gets a little uncertain heading into Saturday afternoon with those clouds and potentially rain showers moving their way in. So we're watching for rain this weekend. Stay tuned for updates on that. Either way, temperature-wise, it's looking pretty normal for October in the low 60s. Not too hot, not too cold as we head into next week and beyond. Gary?
Hey, Eric, thanks. We are back with...
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. We're all
We've got a wasp right on the desk here.
Where?
It's coming for you, Bill. There it goes.
There it is.
He doesn't like your forecast. Nice. Okay, so what's
right.
going on in the weather today?
Well, did it fall on the floor?
This is good television right here, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to be off camera here for just a second.
Just go take the graphics full.
All right. Let's just take the graphics full so we don't show up on YouTube here. It's cold tonight. Thanks, Jason. It's going to be cold tonight. We're going to get down into the 20s here. We've got a freeze warning in effect for all of central New York. And again, growing season is going to be over with temperatures this cold. A lot of us saw frost last night, but if you didn't see frost yet, you will. Current temperature 53 degrees, lots of sunshine. But you can see the dew point 22. That means it is going to get mighty cold tonight with all this dry air in place. And again, things look quiet on the radar. We're tracking, again, that hard freeze tonight. Pleasant weather as we finish the rest of the week. We are going to warm back up, and we are watching the possibility of some rain here for Sunday night as the nor'easter moves along the coast. We'll give you the latest with that. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s this evening, sunshine. Again, a cold night ahead. We are tracking the next chance of rain as we head into the weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. You know, all the things that you don't...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. A beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine, but it's so much cooler out. Temperatures are in the 50s, and we're going to drop into the 20s tonight, marking the coldest night so far this season. And a widespread frost is expected, and an end to the growing season across central New York. Live look in downtown Utica, lots and lots of blue skies, sunshine. Tonight, with clear skies and light winds in place, we're expecting overnight lows to fall into the 20s. So a hard freeze is expected for most areas. Utica down to 28, Remsen 24, Old Forge 21, Little Falls 29. Across Southern Valleys, 28, Richfield Springs, Oneonta 30, Morris 28, Hamilton 30. And again, just about all areas are expected to fall to or below freezing tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet as you would expect. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures in the low 50s this afternoon. 53 in Rome, 50 in Hamilton, 51 in Watertown, Saranac Lake 48 degrees. Yet another nice night for high school football. We have been undefeated in terms of weather. It's been great weather every Friday night so far this season, and it's looking nice for tomorrow night. Temperatures will be in the 50s. It'll be on the cooler side, but it should be great weather to play high school football. High pressure continues to drive our weather today with that north wind. It's ushering in all this cool weather. The high is going to head to the south and east, and the wind direction is going to change. Some warmer temperatures will be returning. But again, not tonight. We're down into the 20s. A cold night is expected. Tomorrow, the weather looks sunny, and it does warm up despite starting out below freezing. We do make it into the 60s tomorrow afternoon. The wind direction changes from the north to the south. It'll be a generally light wind day tomorrow. Heading into tomorrow night, skies are looking partly cloudy. It won't be quite as cold, but we'll make a run into the upper 30s. And then on Saturday, the weather looks pretty nice. Sunshine in the morning, and then some clouds return late in the day. And we are going to be watching the coast for Sunday and Sunday night. There's been a lot of talk of this nor'easter because it's affecting some of the very populated cities along the Atlantic coast. As far as our local weather goes, we're on the fringe of this. However, a couple of our computer models suggest we might get into some of this rain Sunday night. So this is a look at Sunday night's weather. Again, the jury is still out as to whether or not we're going to get rain from this. If we do, it should be on the lighter side. The worst of the effects from this weather system look to be much closer to the coast in terms of heavy rain and gusty winds. I don't think we'll see either of those. For us tonight, down to 26. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day, 61 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine for the weekend. Some clouds here Sunday night. Again, tracking the chance for rain Sunday night to Monday. Temperatures climb into the low 60s as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, props to Jason for taking care of that wasp.
Oh, let's give some credit to her. She chased it towards
I gave it a
me.
concussion.
You knocked it out, and I took care of it.
A team effort.
All right.
Phil,
Thanks,
thank
Phil.
you.
9 months after the over on the set, look, he's exhausted.
Just killed 2 of them. Anyway, we're pretty busy here in the weather department. The wasps know what's going on. They're coming back inside here because it's getting cold out there. We're talking about some pretty chilly temperatures. Let me show you the beautiful fall scenery that we've been getting here. This picture comes from a place called Indian Head, which is near Keene Valley. One of the most breathtaking sights in the Adirondack State Park. It's up towards Lake Placid, so it's a little bit of a drive, but this picture was taken by Carrie Skirmont, and if you catch this just right, it's like a postcard worthy picture. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet out there. It is going to cool down quite a bit. Temperatures will be in the 60s tomorrow afternoon after starting out in the 20s. And we've got temperatures in the 60s here heading into the weekend. We're also keeping an eye on the coast. We've got a nor'easter that we've got to watch being on the northern fringe of this one. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it's going to cool off really quickly. Make sure you have a nice warm jacket. Tonight's featured dog, Lulu from Whitesboro. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
1 month into the school year, the cell phone ban is...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking the coldest night so far this season, and many areas will fall into the 20s, and I don't think anyone here in Central New York will escape frost, at least being outdoors. Live look in Oneonta, 46 degrees. Beautiful. The leaves are changing. And we are seeing lots and lots of fall color, especially in the lower elevations. Tonight's low temperatures will be in the 20s, down to 21 in Old Forge, Middleville 25, Rome 26, Remsen 24, Boonville 22, and a hard freeze is expected, especially up north, and a frost pretty much everywhere. Cooperstown 29, Oneonta 30, Norwich down to 30 tonight, Morris 28. This is not the record low for this time. It's actually 20 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. The forecast is 26, so we still have a long way to go to even tie that. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. If you're looking to do some leaf peeping this weekend, you don't have to go very far at all. There's plenty of color in and around the Mohawk Valley. It's now considered past peak for the higher elevations of the Catskills and Adirondacks, and even the higher elevations north and south of the Mohawk Valley have quite a bit of leaves down too. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 52, West Leiden 44, Barneveld 49, Bill and Old Forge 48, Don and Norway 52, Skidivus 54, and Westford with 47. High pressure in control of our weather will give us another dry and sunny day tomorrow. It will be a little bit warmer as the wind direction changes. Again, it's cold tonight. We're down into the 30s and 20s. Clear skies all across central New York. Beautiful day tomorrow. We warm up. Temperatures climb into the low 60s. It's dry. It's sunny throughout the whole day. And it looks beautiful for high school football. Yet another nice and dry Friday night here in central New York. Saturday looks nice as well. We'll see a few extra clouds, especially later in the day. And then we're watching the coast over the weekend. There's been a lot of talk about a nor'easter. This is primarily affecting the mid-Atlantic. It looks like it's going to stall and stay to the south, but it might not stay far enough south to completely miss central New York. We're watching the northern fringe of this system for Sunday night. There is the potential that we could see some rain that spills into Columbus Day with this. At this point, we're looking to stay far away from some of the big effects with this in terms of heavy rain and wind. That looks to stay near the coast, but there is still the chance that we could see some rain out of this again Sunday night into Monday. And again, the jury is still out here. We'll continue to follow that. For us tonight, down to 26. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful. High of 61. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Partly sunny on Saturday, 67. Increasing clouds Sunday, 63. Again, we could see some rain Sunday night into Monday. And then the weather looks to remain mostly cloudy and dry Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Highs in the low 60s Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we're back into the mid-50s looking ahead to Thursday. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We've got a cold night ahead. It's going to be cold enough for frost all across central New York. We have a freeze warning in effect, and that would also include northern Herkimer and Hamilton County. The National Weather Service doesn't issue freeze warnings this time of the year for these specific spots. They consider the growing season done. Bottom line is, it's going to be cold. If you do want to extend the growing season or you want to keep your plants around that are sensitive to frost, you're going to want to bring them inside tonight. Current temperature is 51 degrees. The dew point's 23. It is really dry, and it's that dry air that cools off so quickly. And again, that's why we're expecting temperatures in the 20s tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, expecting a freeze tonight. Hard freeze for many of us. Pleasant finish to the week. We're watching a nor'easter off the coast. It looks like it's going to track to our south to start the weekend, but it may try to sneak in here Sunday night and into Monday. We'll look at some of the newest information on that. Sunshine this evening, temperatures in the 40s, a cool night ahead. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. With the colder months coming, Catholic Charity.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. High pressure in control of our weather is going to lead to a cold night tonight. Live look in downtown Utica. A gorgeous day, lots of sunshine, but again, not all that warm. Temperatures only made it into the low 50s today. We'll get down into the 20s tonight. Let's look at the forecasted low temperatures. Utica 28, Rome 26, Old Forge 21. Believe it or not, this is not even close to the record. The record down to 20, so we got to get down into the low 6 degrees colder tonight than the forecast. Guess it's possible, but again, very unlikely. Tonight across the Southern Valleys, 29 Cooperstown, Oneonta 30, Richfield Springs 28, Herkimer 29. A widespread freeze is expected, and I don't think anyone in central New York is going to escape frost this time around. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet. We're still getting some remarkable pictures from Delta Lake as the water levels continue to drop. This picture taken today by Todd looks like a boat ladder showing up as, again, the water levels recede. And we're still looking at dry weather for the foreseeable future, although we are watching Sunday night for the next potential for rainfall. We're now considered past peak along the higher elevations. Best place to see fall foliage? Not very far. The Mohawk Valley is a great place to start. Well, we'll be close to peak color here as we head into the weekend. Skywatchers checking in. Micah New Hartford 49, Barneveld 49, pair of 52s. Norway as well as Curtis Corners. Skenevis 54, Worcester 55 degrees. Western with 47. High pressure in control of our weather will give us another dry day tomorrow. This is going to head to the south and east and weaken as we head into the weekend. Tonight, again, it's cold, it's clear. We're down into the upper 20s. Beautiful Friday. Despite the cold start, it should be a really nice afternoon, and it looks great for high school football. Yet another dry evening. We've been undefeated in terms of the weather for high school football on Friday nights. The weather looks to remain dry as we start the weekend. On Saturday, partly sunny skies. On Sunday, we're watching a nor'easter. It's been getting a lot of attention on the national level because it's affecting a very populated part of the East Coast. As far as our local weather, we've been on the northern fringe of this system. This might bring some rain to our area Sunday night and into Monday, but there's still a lot of disagreements in that in terms of the data. And again, at this point, it's going to be a close call, so we'll keep you posted. For us tonight, 26, sunshine, beautiful day tomorrow, 61. Nice start to the weekend. Saturday, 67. Sunday, increasing clouds. Again, we might see rain Sunday night into Monday. Dry weather prevails Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Very typical temperatures here for this time of the year.
Bill, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Still the past with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. I think we've gotten rid of the wasps in the studio for the day. We'll put that behind us. But
Don't jinx it.
I know, right? We do have frost to worry about tonight, and it's cooler than last night, right?
Yeah, the wasps are trying to get in. They know what's
coming.
And we know it's coming too. We've got some frost. We have a freeze warning in effect for all of central New York. We're expecting temperatures to fall below freezing tonight. Growing season will be toast, coming to an end tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Clear skies in place. We're already down to 35 degrees. Clear skies, calm winds. Dew point is 30. We'll fall below that tonight. So again, frost is expected to be widespread first thing tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the 60s here for the next couple of days. We only made it into the low to mid 50s today, so it was a cool day, but not quite as cool tomorrow. And we start to warm up Saturday. Temperatures pretty average for this time of the year. Tonight, overnight lows drop into the upper 20s to low 30s. Turn on the heat first thing in the morning. It's going to be a chilly one. We're tracking a beautiful Friday and a warmer weekend. I'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Day 5 of the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is a cold night. You step outside and it kind of hits you in the face. Temperatures have already dropped into the 30s here. And many of us will see temperatures in the 20s tomorrow morning. So look at the overnight low temperatures that are forecasted for our area. Utica 28, Rome 26. We're not going to break the record low. We're not expecting to break the record low. That's 20. Millville 25, Little Falls 29, Cross Southern Valleys, Richfield Springs 28, Oneonta 30, Morris 28. Region-wide, we're expecting frost pretty much everywhere tomorrow morning and an end to the growing season. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, clear skies in place. Interesting finds continue to show up on Delta Lake as the water level drops. This looks like a boat ladder was discovered today by Todd. Another viewer saw a message in a bottle, and you can read that on my Facebook page. It's pretty neat. Actually, that message goes back to 2009. Fall foliage report, we've got past peak colors for the higher elevations, but lots of color is to be found not very far from where you live. If you live here in central New York, the Mohawk Valley is a good place to go. Peak color is expected to continue here throughout the weekend. Temperatures already in the 30s, 34 in Westmoreland, Otter Lake 30, Inlet 31. Across southern valleys, Cooperstown 34, Unadilla 34. Again, many of us on our way to freezing already. High pressure in control of our weather. We're going to continue to hold on to clear skies as we start the weekend. Again, a clear start, but a frosty start to Friday. Lots of sunshine, it warms up. Despite starting out in the 20s, we'll bounce back into the low 60s. So pretty nice finish. Looking at mostly clear skies. Not quite as cold tomorrow night. We're down into the upper 30s. Saturday looks nice. It looks warmer Saturday afternoon. The temperatures in the upper 60s. We are watching a nor'easter that develops. It's getting so much attention nationally because it's affecting a lot of major cities along the East Coast. Locally, we're on the northern fringe of this. Some of our computer models suggest this may try to sneak northward on Sunday and potentially bring us rain Sunday night into Monday. But the jury is still out. There's a lot of mixed and conflicting data here. So we still may end up being just too far north. But either way, we stay away from the really heavy rain and the wind, and we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Frost tonight down to 29, sunshine tomorrow 61. Beautiful stretch of weather to start the weekend. And again, we'll watch the possibility of some rain Sunday night into Monday. Temperatures Tuesday, Wednesday in the low 60s, and we're back into the 50s on Thursday.
Kind of hope we get the rain a little bit. We could use it.
Yes, we can. Again, we'll see how that system tracks.
All righty. Thank you, Bill. Coming up next, hop aboard the Adirondack with the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Cold last night. We had frost alerts. No doubt we're having frost again tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be the coldest night of the season by far. We haven't gotten into the 20s yet this season, and we're going to easily do it tonight. So it's going to be a very cold night across the region. Not quite record-breaking, but not that far off. We're looking at dry, clear skies tonight. Temperature is already 33 degrees. So again, easily getting below freezing tonight, well below freezing in many spots. Temperatures are going to warm up tomorrow. So despite the cold start, we're going to be back in the 60s, which is warmer than it was today. And then Saturday, we're into the upper 60s. We are watching the possibility of some rain late Sunday into Monday as a nor'easter sits along the Atlantic coast. And that's going to really cool temperatures down heading into the beginning of the week. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. You're going to need the heat on tomorrow, most likely. We are tracking, again, a pretty nice start to the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Dave.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
It's a cold night tonight. We are taking a live look in downtown Utica. Skies are clear and temperatures are free falling. We'll be in the low 20s tomorrow morning in spots. This is a look at the forecasted low. Boonville 22, Old Forge 21, Middleville 25, Waterville 28. Rome down to 26. The record for Rome is 20. So at this point it looks safe, but we shall see. Richfield Springs 28, Oneonta 30, Canajoharie down to 30. It's clear out there tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The finds continue to become more and more interesting at Delta Lake as the water levels drop. This was the new discovery today from Todd. Looks like a boat ladder that's been there for a while. Another discovery a few days ago, actually it was yesterday, a message in a bottle. You can check that out on my Facebook page. That goes back to 2009. Fall foliage report, the leaves continue to change. The highest elevations are now considered past peak. But you can see lots of color for many areas, including around the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures are going to continue to tumble tonight. This is a look at current temperatures. Westmoreland 32, Dolgeville 35, across southern valleys. Sherburne 29, Cooperstown 32, so some places are already below freezing tonight. So you look at the radar and satellite image, a big dome of high pressure continues to drive our weather, and we're going to hold on to clear skies tonight. And again, it's going to start out sunny but cold tomorrow morning with temperatures starting out near freezing. A warmer afternoon despite the cold start. Should be a beautiful day and undefeated weather for high school football. It means another dry Friday night We've had a lot of luck here weather-wise for that. Saturday, we start out dry and sunny. Partly sunny skies expected Saturday afternoon with temperatures in the upper 60s. We're continuing to watch a nor'easter that develops on Sunday that impacts the mid-Atlantic. This has been getting a lot of attention because it's been affecting, or at least looks to affect, a lot of cities along the East Coast. We've been on the northern fringe of this, but there are some signs that the system may try to sneak north Sunday night. This would bring some rain to our area. The heaviest rain, the wind, that still looks to stay south of our area, but we'll continue to watch that. Frost tonight down to 26. Beautiful day tomorrow, 61. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Saturday looks nice, 67. Sunday increasing clouds, 63. We might see rain Sunday night into Monday. We'll keep you posted on that. Temperatures in the low 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. Some cooler weather on Thursday.
Back down to normal temperatures for this time of year.
Steady Eddie.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. That's the guy in the back. All right, coming up next, hop aboard the